Yeah, welcome to the Hellraisers Ball, where decadence and depravity are the laws of the land. So strap yourself in, kids. It's going to be a wild ride. Tonight, we are featuring American Exile. We spoke to Chris Harper on the phone last week, and he's going to be joining us live with some of the other guys from the band in just a little while. My co-host, David Van Landing, will not be joining us this evening. David is not feeling well, and so feel better, David, and of course, looking forward to having him back next week. We're also going to be talking about something that we started talking about, DJ Slam Durango, probably over a month ago.
Yeah, what was that?
In celebration of the first anniversary of Hellraisers Ball.
Balls?
Hellraisers Balls. We are going to be raffling off a Epiphone guitar, like we did last year.
Where'd you get that Epiphone guitar?
Actually, that Epiphone guitar was purchased at Sam Ash Music Stores.
Imagine that.
Actually, it was purchased at Sam Ash Music Store on McMullen Booth.
Yeah, why is that?
In Clearwater, Florida. Because apparently there has been a shift in power, so to speak. There has been a how would you put it?
I think it's definitely for the better right now. And you'll find Eddie Keffel, sales manager of previously Tampa, is now over in Clearwater.
Yes, he is. And you could find Eddie in the recording department, which of course is part of Pro Audio. And just
in a beautiful, beautiful location of Clearwater.
If you've never been
That's right.
to the Sam Ash in Clearwater or McMullen Booth, you absolutely have to visit it. The store, for a music store, it is definitely a astounding sight. They have all those big concrete columns outside.
Yeah.
Now, at one time, that store was a Thoroughbred Music, correct?
Thoroughbred Music beforehand.
Okay.
That's when
but now before,
Elliot owned it.
That's when Elliot Rubinson, of course, the CEO of Armadillo Enterprises, which is Dean Guitars and D-Drum, as well as Luna Guitars and a whole bunch of other companies. Mm-hmm. Elliot, of course, was featured on Hellraisers Ball. We did a phone interview with him a while back. Because outside of being the CEO of Dean and D-Drum and all those other companies, he's also a very talented professional touring bass player who tours with Michael Schenker and Michelangelo Badio, among others. And Elliot was kind enough to give us an interview. And actually, I still want to hit Elliot up for a Dean guitar.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. Actually, I'd like to see a dime bag.
But here's how I feel about that.
What's that?
If we do, if we are able to procure a Dean guitar, I would like it to be an official Hellraisers Ball guitar.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Where it's kind of like a show mascot, where we feature it on Hellraisers Ball, feature it in promotion for the show, and also with the Hellraiser Hotties.
I think what you got to do, you got to get down to Dean Guitars and actually bring in your own design.
Yeah,
that'd be killer.
That would be killer.
Yeah.
If they can actually do that for us, that would be incredible.
And then once you get that done and everybody wants to buy one, they could buy one from me over at Sam Ash Music.
Well, here's what I was hoping. Yeah. What I was hoping is we have the guitar designed. Actually, I was kind of just thinking about like a neck through body, Razorback V or like a, dime bag Razorback.
Mm-hmm.
And just with the Hellraisers Ball logo on it, nothing too fancy. But, I mean, if we can go beyond that, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But I want that guitar to be featured on the show, in print advertising, and, of course, out in the clubs. We could have bands that come on to Hellraisers Ball actually utilize that guitar on stage, have pictures and video taken with the guitar. And so I think it's a pretty cool idea.
That would be awesome.
However, this guitar is an Epiphone SG Special, and wait until we take it out of the box. I mean, it is brand new, literally. I mean, the tape was just cut on the sides of the box this afternoon. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying.
No,
I was there when that happened.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I left it in the cardboard box with all of the wrapping and everything, so it could be unveiled that way.
Ooh.
Now this guitar is not just gonna. We're not just gonna hand it to somebody that way. We figured that we wanted to have the guitar set up, but we also wanted people to be able to protect their investment, and so we have a brand new gig bag, which is actually a pretty cool gig bag. Actually. A lot nicer than the one that I was anticipating getting. This is a really high quality gig bag, and a guitar strap that just about everybody in the store that saw it wanted one. Right?
That is so true.
Yeah, this is like really cool. It's like a lot of people have to put, the strap locks on the side of their guitar. This strap actually locks onto the existing hardware on the guitar, which is pretty badass because you don't have to modify the guitar. So if it does wind up going to someone that's just learning how to play, they could rock out and go completely apeshit and not have to worry about the guitar going flying across the living room.
That would be, that's what you want. You don't want your guitar flying across the room.
How many times have you gotten just a little too crazy and you don't have the strap locks on the guitar? And, I know I have an ESP Flying V, and that thing is absolutely huge. And it does not have strap locks on it. And I can't tell you how many times I've been in the middle of playing and rehearsing, and the guitar just almost drops. I always catch it when it gets like mid-knee. And so it's definitely a pretty cool piece of hardware to have. And we were also supposed to have American Fix on the show. Special shout-out to Dana Walsh. Dana and American Fix are going to be playing a show over at Bourbon Street this coming Saturday, April 27th. No, actually, sorry. They played Bourbon Street last week for the 420 Metal Fest, and this week they're playing the Brass Mug in Tampa, Florida. So go check out American Fix over there at the Brass Mug, where we usually do our Hellraisers Ball rap parties, because Damon Janaya from Retribution, formerly of Savatage, has a karaoke night that he does over there every Tuesday. And DJ Slam Durango, do we have a phone call?
Yeah, we got a phone call.
Who do we got?
Well, I'm going to put him on right through to you. He's live. You're live on Hellraiser's Ball.
What's up, JC? And hey, I got to give the big thanks out to Eddie DJ Slam Durango at CMS Music. Got to give CMS Music the big kudos for supporting the Pediatric Cancer Foundation and making everything happen with us and coming.
How was that?
Everything went great. I actually found more money in my handbag as I had taken breaks and put the money up and delivered $69 more to them today, like Santa Claus. But everything's been went great. And, unfortunately, I had, some MCs were supposed to show up at my show, but there was some car trouble and everything, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, I apologize about that.
I had to do everything myself, but it all worked out good, and we got a few little extra things because just so many sponsors really, donated, and more people just kept giving me more and more stuff. It was just incredible, and I had to sell the raffle tickets and do everything, and but it all worked out great. Cool. It was good. It's going to be an annual event. Next year it's going to be bigger. Hopefully we'll get some national action, the Jaeger stage in there next year. But
that would be awesome.
It may take one more year, but, we're just going to see how it goes. And we're going to do some other benefits and stuff with ConcertsForTheCure.co. And, what we do is we help, a lot of different foundations, the net-worthy ones, the ones that are good and that really give back. But I heard you guys talking about JC, hey, I'm now a distributor here with Brando Guitars, man, and, I'm the Tampa distributor here. You just get a hold of me, I'm gonna, you can go online and do it yourself, but just get with me, and I'm gonna give you 10% off, rather easy. And hopefully we'll get these things in CMAX too.
Of course.
And we can do anything you want with a wrap. So whatever image you want on it, we got your guitar. And
Now,
then we
Jim,
raffle that one
I
off
noticed
next
that
time.
they have like a strap body guitar. Is that the
Yeah,
only? Is that the only body style that they?
I think
have?
he's saying that you could use any guitar and he'll wrap any guitar.
We can get you any guitar.
See, that's
Okay.
what I was
Okay.
thinking.
Any guitar that you want. Basically, they have like the standard models, which you're going to get a Strat, and you can either get it in a Fender or you can get it in a Peavey.
Okay.
And then we've got Telecasters, and we've got acoustics, we got ukuleles. We got harmonicas, kazoos, little shakers, tambourines. You can pretty much, there's a list of things that you can get.
Cool.
You got to step it up, for Gino at Brando Guitars. For donating what they did. He knows everything about everything that went on, and so does the foundation. Everybody left. Fiddle Fest was going on. John Oliva was at Bourbon Street. There was just so many things going on that night.
That's one of the things that
we weren't
screwed me
going to give it away, and we were understaffed with 4 events with the foundation going on that whole weekend.
Oh,
so,
wow.
But, we got to, salute you guys, man. Hellraisers ball. You guys are kicking butt here, and just keep up the good work. I had to call in, I understand, JC, man. Thanks for, stepping up and letting me know what's up, man. Car trouble is car trouble. Even the dyslexic postcards who came up from Miami had car trouble. They literally rented a van and came up.
Oh, wow.
And they only got to play 17 minutes.
Yeah.
It was 9:08 when the Water Walkers went on, and they played 2 more songs. I wish they'd got off them, but I guess they didn't really realize at 10 o'clock you got to shut off.
Hey, is Richard Bullock supposed to come out?
Well,
I don't know. I saw a post on your Facebook about him seeing you soon.
No.
Yeah, well, Stop the Presses couldn't make it. Things, there was a little bit of conflict with Stop the Presses from Miami coming up, and Richard had, wanted to play, but he wanted to only, really play at night, and we had a cancellation there, so they came up, but with sound and changing the bands, with so many bands, it took a little bit longer, and I allowed for an extra hour at a time, but by the time everything happened, you got to step it up, and I got to give a big kudos out for the dyslexic postcards, man. They stood up, they rented a van, they had a paying gig. We had to cancel that because they didn't have a PA of their own and everything. They had one, but not to bring it all the way up here.
Right.
And they lost their money on doing a show at Murphy's that night. But, it all worked out for the best. Everybody went home safe. Everything worked great for the foundation. Things are going to go bigger and bigger. And, maybe, next time they see you won't have car trouble.
Yeah.
And
get
up there
I
and
had
help
my
me out a
tires
little bit,
rotated.
brother.
I have my tires rotated on my car, right?
But what we are doing is, now that you guys
Jim
are
don't
even
wanna
a
hear
lot
it.
closer, I'll step up. We get
How
some
many
national
beers have you had,
action,
Jim?
Keep talking, Jim.
I hear you, Eddie, DJ Slam Durango. How many beers have you had?
0.
Zero.
I've been waiting for this band to offer me one, but
even I've had 1 beer.
They bring this whole cooler.
And then just
Hey, I'm at home.
No,
I'm not driving.
I'm kidding.
I'm bringing any coolers to you, so. I'm staying home safe. I got steak, on the stove ready for me to eat, brother. I got my chef towel at home, and my new kitchen and my hot tub and whatever I want, brother. But you guys, I just got to say, I want to thank all the bands. D.A. Smith and the Soul Injectors came out there, and they just really rocked it. If you haven't seen them, they're going to be up at Bourbon Street. I think it's May 4th, Saturday. go check them out if you're anywhere in the area. What a great band. They were just phenomenal. And
Cool.
Kenny McGee came out, Jeremy Thomas, Tommy Rocks, the Million Doctors were there, the Water Walkers, and
Yeah, you had one hell of a lineup, that's for sure.
I mean, it all worked out great. And I mean, we had lots and lots of sponsors, West Chase Golf, Countryway, Northdale, Sam Ash Music, Carinos, the Chop Shop, Tires Plus, the Copy Lot did all our printing for us, and Buckets and McDivitt's. They give
Cool.
Hey, I think we got some mothers that want to hear some of their sons'
Rock
voices.
and roll?
Yeah.
They've been calling. Actually, I've had some other calls.
Have we had some calls already? Cool.
Yeah, or before you showed up.
Well,
I thought it was because of the poll that I did.
What kind of poll did you do?
I said, "Is JC going to show up on time?"
You know what's ironic? I've been trying to get DJ Slam Durango to put a poll up for probably the past 6 months. I come in periodically and I'm like, hey, can we put a poll?
Because I don't listen to you. That's why.
I think he puts a poll up in the morning for his girl when he wakes up.
He needs to put
whether
a
she
poll
wants
up
to write
else.
it or not, it's her choice.
But
that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Because I've been drinking
Whatever,
beer,
Jim.
According to you.
Yeah.
Bye, Jim.
Jim, nothing. He can kill us about my opinion. I'm sure yours has no impact whatsoever.
I'm just fucking with you, man.
Yeah.
But hey, I love you guys, man. Hey, Hellraisers ball. We got a ski trip coming up, man. It's gonna be
let's start
up in
promoting
Breck,
that.
so don't forget.
Yeah,
if you
remember
guys
we did
want to
the
go
end of
on
the
the
world
Killer ski trip, go on it.
But what's this one going to be? Last year's ski trip was supposed to be for the end of the world.
Well, it didn't. Hey, the world didn't end, so we got to go again.
There you go.
But this one's going to be even better.
Yeah.
We're just going to do it, I think, in February.
Well, this one will
instead
be
of
better because
December.
people ain't afraid of dying.
Yeah, it was a good excuse to go skiing, and
I'll just stay down at the bottom of the hill.
Well, hey, look, you can go to the chalet, you can go in the hot tub, you can do
That's what I'm saying.
Actually,
you can hang out with the girly worldies, maybe there'll be an X game thing.
Actually, I think
you can go do day trips.
I think
it's all good, brother.
Let's get Hellraiser's ball at the chalet.
Jim, can you shut the fuck up for 1 second?
Tons of bars to go to. Tons of bars and lots of fun.
He still doesn't stop.
It's good, man.
All right.
And right across the street, man, you can go. It's Dollar Tacos happy hour every day.
Jim,
it's a Mexican restaurant.
I was going to say DJ Slam Durango is going to stand stationary on the bottom of the mountain and hope some chick plows into him Sonny Bono style.
Yeah,
that's the only way you can get it.
Yeah.
And she'll explode.
She'll explode.
She will if she hits you. She'll go, what the heck did I just run into?
He's going to dress up in a tree costume.
Hey, man, we'll go spring skiing at Steamboat, and then we put her on gaffer days, and you never know what you're going to hit. Some of the guys ski down the slopes naked.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do.
All right.
They do, man.
I've heard about those naked ski runs.
Check it out, man, but they do. I was there, and I've seen it.
All right.
It wasn't funny, but
next time, take pictures.
Well, I lost my camera, but I my phone, but I got it back.
Okay, cool.
Somebody turned it in, and I got it back, man. That's
how
cool they are out there.
That is cool.
All
right.
Hey, everything's good in Colorado, brother, and we always have, you got to get done skiing at 4, so at 4:20, we always have our, our party.
Right. Yeah, have your safety meeting at 4:20.
It's a chalet,
Nice. Okay, cool.
It's a, Waffle Hut.
All right, Fike.
All right, Jim. Yeah, Jim, give me a call tomorrow, and maybe you could help me, raffle off some of these tickets for the guitar.
Oh, man, yeah, you need help with that, man? You got it, no problem, brother.
Very, very cool.
Cool. Talk to you later, Jim.
Yeah.
All right, Jim.
Yeah, and we need some girls from the 16-second Stare concert up at Camp Lejeune.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, I know.
Put that out. They need to sell merchandise, and I told them I'll sell better than any of the girls, but
Yeah, but
I'm
Jim,
not that
are they going
hot.
to put you in a pair of booty shorts?
That's what they wanted to do to me. I told them, I know I'll sell better than the worst girl, and I want my $100 a day and my 10% sales.
There you go.
But what we're dealing with Mike, and he's like, all he wants is hot chicks.
Yeah, well, I don't blame him.
I didn't really appeal that
all
much
right.
to him,
Jim,
but
thank you. Thanks for calling in, dude.
I could tell.
I'll definitely talk to you soon. Give me a call tomorrow during the day.
All right, well, you guys better raise some hell, and I want to hear some good music.
Oh, yeah. You're going to hear some kick-ass music in just a little bit because we're going to have American Exile coming on the show. And if you haven't heard these guys yet, you're definitely in for a treat.
Well, I'm listening. I'm in, brother. I want to hear it.
All right, cool. So stay tuned, and you'll hear it in just a little bit.
All right.
All right.
Later, Jim.
Talk to you later.
Thanks for listening and putting up with me.
No problem.
Bye.
All right.
I'm not going to talk any smack about him because I know he's turning up the volume on his computer, and he'll be calling back in like 2 minutes, maybe less. Yeah.
Hey,
I've learned my lesson already.
What do you want to do here? I got a video from American Exile.
Yeah, actually, why don't we? Is this the promo video? It is. Yeah. Okay. And is there a name for the promo or?
The record is called
Songs of the Desolation Age. Psalms. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Are you all queued up, DJ Slam Durango?
We're ready to go.
All right. This is the promo for Psalms of the Desolation Age, American Exile, right here on the Hellraisers Bowl.
God hates you. And I mean that in the kindest way. This nation's under the wrath of God Almighty, and this nation needs to be told that. God hates America, vile land of the sodomite death. God hates America. Listen up, America. They're not kids. They're fags. God hates fags. Fags burn in hell. Fags die. God laughs. Fags equal AIDS. Fags doom nations. Amen. Deserve no honor. He died in shame for a faggot nation, cursed of God. Thank God for every dead soldier. America's raised a generation of godless kids on a steady diet of it's okay to be gay. America's a demon possessed.
I just want to do God's will.
God hates you. Deal with that.
He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
George W. Bush. And I approve this message.
Yeah. yeah.
Awesome.
American Exile. Right here on the Hellraisers Ball.
Hello.
And so, now we aired that video last week. Okay, and now we saw it again.
Beautiful.
Tell us a little bit about the video and how it was inspired.
Okay, well, the video is actually a compilation of a few different things. The undercurrent that you hear in terms of the audio is actually Fred Phelps from the Westboro Baptist Church.
Oh, cool.
Who's a fucking cunt. And we very, very boldly think they're a load of shit, and I think they do a massive disservice to people that seek anything spiritual in their lives. Right. So we kind of utilize a lot of him in parody. And basically the construction is Fred Phelps, and then there's this really, really crazy church in Mississippi that has a 5-year-old pastor. True story.
5-year-old pastor?
I mean, because if we really go, like, we could probably spend the entire. We could spend
our
entire spot.
Me for a second.
I know our entire spot could be about this promo, but so yeah, they have a 5-year-old pastor, and it's kind of spooky.
Well, we got some time to fill up.
All right, good, good, we're good. And then there's 2 tracks there. The first track you hear is actually a song called "No Return from the Armageddon Lost."
Okay.
And then the second track is a song called "The Mantra of Elijah." And it's sort of a splicing of those 2 tracks with the intro, which you'll hear at Hellraisers Ball. Hopefully half the people there won't walk out because it's pretty edgy. Okay, but it's a kind of a cascading. It's a bunch of different, really, in our opinion, spiritually ignorant people talking about their beliefs, and us doing a lot of really awesome old school ministry style sound work underneath of it.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Yeah.
And so now these are some photos from your website, correct?
They are.
Now, DJ Slam Durango, this must be right up your alley.
Yeah, it is.
What you're looking at.
No. I was gonna bring my mask again.
Where is your mask? Did you see his mask from last week?
Wait, I gotta show that picture.
I didn't.
Oh, no.
I didn't. Actually,
well, that picture was from my yearbook. That's where Chris.
Everybody can see it now.
Did he get that from your,
this is
your
what
high
we're
school
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, move this mic a little closer.
Yeah. That is obviously some of the things we touched upon. Actually, some of the things we have a pretty social political message. Not all of it's that way necessarily. Like we do some kind of emotional. I mean, there's some songs that are relatively personal, but
I think all bands to some degree have socio-political type songs.
Yeah.
Some of them hide it better than others, but
we're not hiding shit though. That's what's unfortunate. I think
it's right out in the open.
It is. I think that,
which I think is cool.
Well, I think that right now nobody's saying anything. I think it's really unfortunate. Like as far as rock and roll is concerned, right now it's dick. I mean, there isn't really a band that you can identify with. There really isn't a band that you can say, "Holy shit, these dudes like get it. They're one of us." And you know what? They're not happy about this shit either. And I think that's really unfortunate. Definitely with American rock and roll bands.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
because a lot of the bands, like I know back in the day, like you had bands like Slayer and Anthrax, and they were so raw. They just came out and said whatever the fuck they wanted to, and they didn't care what anybody thought about it. Now it's like even the angry bands are politically correct. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is I think it's just everybody's not. There isn't a lot of really true artistic creativity in rock and roll or metal, and I think that's unfortunate. I think it says a lot about kind of the state of the world, and I think it says a lot about the state of music in particular, and. I mean, there's some really awesome bands like Jeff and Jer constantly turn me on to all these awesome bands, and they're cool. But to me, I mean, nothing's really grabbing me by the balls and saying, "Man, this band's fucking awesome." So there's kind of a black hole of awesomeness right now. In my opinion, you don't have to agree with what I like. I'm just saying, you know, for me.
No, I think you and I share the same opinion in that. Now, of course. Some of the people that listen to Hellraisers Ball were introduced to you last week because we talked to you on the phone.
Yes.
But how about we reintroduce you and the rest of the guys
Awesome.
in the band so people at home could get familiar with you guys?
Awesome. for sure.
And so,
Well, let's start. Jeff, please.
Hello,
This is Jeff.
I'm Jeff.
Yes.
I play the ukulele in American Exile.
Yes, he does. He does, and he plays the dulcimer like a princess. It's a fucking man.
wow.
Yeah.
No, for real, I play
DJ
guitar.
Slam Durango just took up the ukulele. He did.
Yeah, I'm just trying to still play Slayer on it.
Hey, you know what though?
Yeah.
You know the guy
Death Angel.
the guy that weighed like 500 pounds that did the cover of Somewhere Over the Rainbow on 51st Dates. That shit's awesome. That's some awesome ukulele.
Yeah,
But,
there you go.
Yeah. All right. I'm Chris. I jam some guitars. I sing.
Very cool.
I'm Matt. I play the keys.
Jeremy, play bass.
Very cool. And so, how did the band come about?
Actually, it's funny you say that. It was all Craigslist casual encounters, men seeking men.
It was in the middle.
It took about 2 years because basically we
they take the pictures down. Right
Wow, his mother's listening in on that.
It was like 12:30 in the afternoon, and I was like, "Fuck!" And I went to
and
Jeff's place.
kept
I was
on
like,
getting-
"Well,
kept on flagging
I know
you
he's got a
advertising.
guitar. Fuck. Well, maybe we should talk about more than just what's going on." Okay. No. The short of it is my side of it is me and Jer have actually been besties for a really long time. We've been friends and we've played in other
just said
bands
besties.
together. Yeah, I did. I did. You know what? I mean, I could make it more explicit, but I think we've done enough in the 10 minutes we've been on. But, Jeff moved down here. I actually had quit jamming, or Jeremy rather. I'd quit jamming for a long time, and Jeremy basically continually, really for like almost 2 years was like, man, we need to jam, we need to do something, and all these different personal things happened, and he was totally right. So we kind of owe this entire band to Jeremy, to be quite honest, so basically he forced me to start playing music again, and I did, and we got together with Kyle, our drummer, who's not here, and he's probably asleep.
Well, it's like a friend I have from high school. I joke around all the time, but him and I are still good friends. And I say we started hanging out of force of habit. He forced me, and it became a habit.
Yeah. Well, that's what, I mean,
And I
sometimes.
tried for the longest time to avoid him. You know what I mean? It's like I'd see him coming down the block, walking to my house. I'd go out through the side door, jump over a couple of fences in people's backyards, come around the other side, and run down the block. And like 5 minutes later, my friends would be like, "Dude, here's that guy." I'd be like, fuck! How'd he find me?
This is for you, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
I know. PBR is our official sponsor on the band tip, just so you know.
Hey,
PBR
they won a
and
blue
Johnny
ribbon.
Walker. Hey, and like I think it was 1883 though, unfortunately.
Hey, I don't think you've mentioned you could call in to talk to the American
what-
Exile band.
Yeah, you can call it
at
talk.
813-639-TALK. That's 813-639-8255.
See, that sounds a lot clearer when he says talk than when I say talk.
You know what? His voice is just so sexy, man. It's just like so radio. I don't even know what to do. He like comes in the headphones. You're like, God damn.
It's like
Is this cat
Barry
wearing
White.
Man, now we're getting down to
I know.
the...
All right. So anyway, we're back to American Exile. So Jeremy got us
See,
together.
I
and
never thought of DJ Slam Durango as sultry in any way.
I know. No, it's like serious. It's like a Barry White, like when Barry White breaks that shit down. It's like, listen, girl, tonight we're going home. I got my jams and I got some cafetier.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the
Yeah.
compliment. I really enjoyed it.
Hey, actually, would you be willing to
Well,
like?
you
Would
feel
you?
better
Can you
now.
cut in with something like that? Could you give us like, we'll sample that and put it on our record. Actually, if you could just come in. and be
Sure,
like, This
sure.
is DJ Jam who got the cafetier.
Well, you know what it is? It's a lot more mysterious now because before we used to be over there and it was set up where you can actually see the engineer, which is what that little like glass window is over there. But
Nice.
now they put us on the other side of the room where we no longer have visual communication.
I like blindfolds, so that
know.
works.
Well, we used to do that with some of the guests, but then some of them started complaining.
This
So-
wasn't in the contract.
All right, so to finish it out, we started. Kyle actually had played with us as well, and so in the middle of last year, I'd been working on a lot of material. It was very, very eclectic, and we started rehearsing. And I met Jeff
That was his pharmacist.
Yes, he was. Actually, well, to make it clean, like me and Jeff had a very strange meeting. He worked at a shop I frequented, and I looked at that guy and I was like, that dude fucking plays an instrument. So he lied to me and told me he played cello, it meant he owned one.
That's not a lie.
Yeah, well, he does play cello, but
he does play cello?
Not in our band because he's just such a sexy guitar player. There's no time for it. But so
but
Jeff,
he can wield a bow.
Yes, he can. He can. It's more like a staff. We're gonna make it more. It's more Old Testament. Yeah. It's like he's wielding the staff. But so I was like, come out and jam. And after about a month of, or maybe 2, of persuading him, he came out and it was awesome because everybody is so diverse. And Jeff's actually really the only real rock and roller in our band. He really is. He's like the only true rock and roll dude in our band.
What that means.
And so
what does that even mean?
He is. But and then Matt actually the irony is Matt came out on Monday, and I'd actually worked for a lot of churches, unfortunately, and I met Matt through that connection, and I was like, you need to come out and play with us, and it was just a really beautiful, awesome thing because as we're like 2.5 months. 3 months deep in the production for the record, and we've been sort of sitting around thinking like, there's no way in hell we're gonna play this live with just the 4 of us.
Right. So. There you go.
Yeah.
And so now you guys have a full 5-piece band.
We do.
Very
we do.
cool.
We're shooting for 10.
There you go.
So if anybody listening wants to sign up,
11.
11.
Well, how
Our
many people are in Slipknot? Isn't it like
9?
8 or 9? Yeah, 9 people.
9, but I mean, do you technically count the guys that just play kegs of beer?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
If that's the case for our band, then that's like 14.
That's like if you ever go see. That's like if you ever see Mushroomhead play live.
Those guys are sick.
They are pretty sick.
Yeah.
But it's like they got those 2 dudes that just play like the single drums.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, do you really count those 2 dudes as
actually?
part of the
Do you
band?
pay them equally? That's what's important. Like, do they get an equal cut of the check?
They just probably pull a couple of people out of the crowd when they get there.
I know what's funny.
Hey, you want to play a drum tonight?
I saw. Do you remember Neurosis? Who they're still around, but I remember when I saw Neurosis, like, how many guys are in this fucking? There's like 7 of them, And then like 10 years later, there's like bands with like 20 million fucking.
Yeah.
So hey, it happens.
And I think like Korn started that whole thing by having a DJ and like all that stuff, and then I think it just kind of expanded from there. But some of the symphonic bands are kind of cool too. Like,
absolutely.
Like Apocalyptica and
totally.
Yeah,
No,
that's
they're
kind
real
of cool.
impressive,
And they actually do get away with playing cello.
They did that record with Dave Lombardo. I don't know if any of you guys have. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah.
And so DJ Slam Durango.
He's on the phone with somebody. They're probably.
What's up?
Do we also have some tracks?
We have
from
a
these
track.
guys?
And
track?
We've got the
Alright,
one audio track.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so we'll hold off on it for a little bit.
Yeah, because we need to preface the audio track because that was a labor of love for you. And first
It's
of all,
like 6 minutes.
I know
What's the name of it?
It's called "The Fall of Elijah." Actually, is the name of the track.
Okay, cool.
But I want to take a second and just thank you and you. Do you hear me in there?
I hear you.
All right. Anyway, because I think what you guys are doing is just really beautiful, and it's just really awesome to see people support local original music at a time where, I mean, basically the business is shit, and it just seems so hard to really find and connect with people that are willing to risk doing what you guys do. So on behalf of our band, we just want to say thank you. And if there's anything we can ever do for you, we will absolutely do it. And the latter half, that Jeremy specializes in those kinds of things.
Very cool.
Yeah,
well, thank you very much because we have a whole list of things that we need to get done.
All right, awesome. So we would be happy to do a lot of it, and we're stoked about Saturdays.
But all joking aside, actually, we're about to take Hellraisers Ball's now been in existence over a year, and we've been with Rock Slam Radio since the beginning, and like it took us like 3 weeks to become the top show on Rock Slam Radio, and we've been there ever since. But now we've kind of gotten to the point where we're expanding this whole thing, and so we're going beyond what we've done before, and kind of we were the first show from Rock Slam Radio to kind of step out of the studio and take the show out into different areas. Like,
Yeah, cool.
we went out and did the first Hellraisers Ball tattoo, you know,
Nice.
and actually had Medicine Man from the Cowhead Show in Nadia Rock.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
And he actually got a tattoo live on the air, and then we had, you know, our first victim, volunteer that got the Hellraiser's Ball tattoo, and we're about to do it again, actually.
Right on.
And we already have we didn't even really seriously start taking people's names, and people started calling me. And so we've already got volunteers for it, and this whole thing was actually supposed to be done this month, because the show turned 1 year old on March 27th.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole month was supposed to be a big thing where we were going to have several events celebrating the 1 year anniversary. But because of the...
Tonight's not a pretty good night to celebrate, that's for sure.
What's that?
Cheers
Tonight's
to
a
that.
good night to celebrate.
Do you need another beer?
How
Is that what that means?
We have plenty in Zakula.
I'm kidding.
I think you caught his drift.
Hold on, yeah, we got you. I
But
think
yeah,
so.
but
We got you.
because there has been a big change here. You know, now it used to be Entertainment Global Media, and now Entertainment Global Media has been taken over, so to speak, by a nonprofit organization called IBO Global.
Yeah.
And who you've probably heard me talk about on the air. I think I call it iblowglobal.com. But rockslamradio.com is still kind of there, but now it's kind of linked that leads to something else.
Well, you know,
So we've decided to kind of step up and say, okay, it's not going in the direction that we had anticipated, so let's take it in the direction that we anticipated.
Absolutely.
And so now we're going to do a lot of this stuff on our own, where we're going to be streaming our content 24 hours a day, offering other people the ability to stream their content, like, of course, you guys, where you can have your video and your promos actually airing periodically throughout the day, you know, every day if you want to, not just on the 2-hour show anymore.
Right.
Whereas here we're kind of limited to the amount of promotion we could do for a band, which is why we always kind of stepped out of that and took it out into the clubs by doing Hellraisers Ball Presents, and you know, kind of getting more into the production end of the business, so that we could do more for the local bands. And my philosophy right from the beginning was to support local music in Tampa Bay, not just, you know, the cover band circuit, which it seems like is constantly, you know, growing down here, but of course original live music, and also, you know, to highlight some of the national bands, not only from the area but from outside of Florida, in order to help the local original bands here in Florida. Because by us putting someone like John Oliva on the show, or Doro Pesh, or some of the other, you know, national acts that have, you know, graced us with interviews, that gives a local band more attention.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because not only if you're on the air, let's say, during the same show, because of course more people are going to be watching those shows, okay? But we bring people from, you know, that demographic into the show, where we got people from Germany and Sweden and England and, you know, all the places. I think we got one person from the fucking Congo. You know, I don't know who they are, but I'm thankful that they're there.
My plan is to
Yeah.
retire in Cameroon, just so you know.
There you go.
It actually is. I want to build a treehouse. I know. Germany will vouch for me here. I totally intend on retiring on the west coast of Africa.
There you go.
I want to run like a bar / orphanage. Yeah,
Hey, that could work.
I think it could work. We could make amazing T-shirts.
That would make for a great T-shirt.
Don't take that the wrong way,
maybe,
Matt.
Maybe you should start designing one now. You know, just
Well,
to
you know.
see,
Tells me
kind of
it's
test the
already in
waters a
play.
little
Well,
bit.
I've always wanted to move to a third world country and open a restaurant called the Fat Bastard or the Fat American,
Okay, the
and
Fat American.
and basically serve home cooked McDonald's recipes.
And you could hand out buckets of rocks so that people could like throw rocks at the sign.
you know what? You know, I
Trying to
don't
make more money off the
I
rocks.
don't, I don't, I
you
don't,
know?
I don't know if it'd be that bad. I could just be that cool, and they would just leave me the fuck alone. I don't know.
That would be cool.
What? How come a guy? How come a guy named Kenny McKee is going to take me to the edge with a hot blonde and black lingerie?
Is this new?
Explain this to me.
I think this is
No, Jim Fight called in and he's like, I want to request a song. And I'm like,
is that the same guy that was talking forever before?
Yeah.
No.
Tell him, Jim.
You tell him.
Jim,
You're talking to him now.
Jim, you can make requests, but we don't fucking do requests. but
I'll tell you what, though, this picture looks good, huh?
But I'll tell you that's pretty cool. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, can we leave this on pause the entire time we're out here?
I'll make him a deal though, Jim. If you're listening, and I'm sure he is right now, if you want to hear this song, have Kenny call and do an introduction for it, and we'll play it.
Is Kenny McGee?
That's a pretty good deal.
Is that a local? Is that a local artist?
Yeah, Kenny McGee is a local artist who
was it Joliet or something like that?
Yeah, he's been in actually two pretty big Tampa Bay-based original bands.
Cool.
One is Juliet, which back in the, I guess really they were kind of an '80s band that didn't really happen until the early '90s. They came in like right at the tail end of that whole thing, like around like 90 to 92.
Which is not always the best timing.
And there's a lot of bands that happened to. Even my band, which wasn't, like he was more in the commercial hard rock, but my band was thrash metal, Nervous Wreck. But we didn't really happen. The band started in '89, but I didn't join the band until '90. And so I was in from '90 to '92, and then back in the band in '94, and then again in '96, and
another band
probably
that got
5 or 6 times until I finally moved here to Florida and said enough already.
Of course.
Another band that got screwed like that was Saigon Kick from Florida.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of great bands that kind of came in at the end of the curve, so to speak. But Kenny has been on the show a couple of times, and he's got a lot of great original music
and a lot of awesome screensaver material
and
for
obviously
his videos.
a lot of hot chicks.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So we should, if Jim is actually good friends with Kenny McGee. So if you can get Kenny to call in and introduce it, you got it. We'll play it. Because sometimes we steal material off YouTube.
Cool.
Rip
it.
Borrow it. So
do you want to talk about the tracks on our record?
Yeah, that's what I like to hear about, actually.
Okay.
So now tell how many songs are going to be on the album?
Well, it's funny you'd ask because
it's quite the debate.
It's funny you'd ask. Well, we've cut about 42 out, 2 tracks for the record, and about 12 of them were with the Waxahachie Philharmonic Orchestra. You've probably not heard of them.
So you guys wrote 42 tracks?
No.
Are you doing the
exact.
You're doing the Kiss thing?
Oh, I thought there was 45.
You write 30 tracks for every one that you put on the album?
Close.
Yeah. We have a lot of songs floating around. I think we have 14 songs. Somebody back me up here.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, 14. We have God, your voice is so sexy on the radio, Jeff. I know you're a lady.
Would you just say that to me one more time, please?
Just close your eyes and
I know. Can we all just close our eyes for a second and just listen to Jeff say, Jeff, just tell us how you bake cookies. Anyway,
2 teaspoons.
Anyway, there's I think about 14, 15 tracks have been cut. We're about 80% of the way through. We haven't started cutting vocals. Actually, I threw down a scratch vocal track for your show. So
okay, very cool.
That's what's happening. I finished mixing the track that's going to be on tonight. This is actually the debut. We haven't released any material off the record because I'm a Nazi about that. And I don't really like. I'm very protective of it, so I just figured
this hasn't been put on the internet. No one's heard it.
No, not at all. Actually, this isn't even the 2 tracks that were sort of the background for the promotional video, and so there's about 14, maybe 15 songs that we have laid out, and the problem that we have is that we have a semi-commercial sound, but we're not very commercial in our song length.
Okay.
So as you'll notice, the song this evening is about 6 minutes long. I think the shortest song we have is just under 5 minutes. And
Well, I think Metallica kind of proved that you could step outside of the 3.5 minute format and still have a commercial.
Well, no, because I agree with that to a degree, but that didn't happen until they released a 3-minute song or 4-minute song. You know what I mean? Like after Inner Sandman came, which I think is 5 minutes. Then they played the 9-minute magnum opus.
Pushed the boundaries a little bit.
So I mean, that's the thing about the. All right, so the set we have, we've been rehearsing a set for Saturday, and we're playing 6 songs, and it's almost an hour. Is that okay?
Yeah, you guys could actually play for 2 hours. We've had some changes to the lineup. We'll talk about that after the show.
Giggity. Whoa.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
there's been some recent developments.
Are we really playing with Dana's band, American Fix?
No.
Okay.
No. No, American Fix played last week on
the John
420.
Oliva thing with Children of the Grave and.
Yeah, no, they played that on April 6th, but they actually also played a 420 Metal Fest this past weekend.
I know Dana, and I love him, and if you ever want to sell that early 80s Silverburst Les Paul custom you've been hiding in your closet, I want it.
What I was going...
Actually, nix that. That's mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
You've already got a challenger. No, but what I was going to ask you guys is we are going to be planning 3 shows during Memorial Day weekend. And so if you guys want to play with American Fix and some other bands, if you want to be on the lineup, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
for sure. That's
we'll
beautiful.
See.
Thank you.
We'll see if we can put it together. And we already started, the ball's already rolling on it. We already started talking about it.
You're going to do it at the same place, Bourbon Street?
It's going to be at Bourbon Street.
Cool.
And the whole thing is still kind of being planned out. Probably by the end of this weekend, we should have a flyer or something.
Oh, cool.
Starting to promote it. And this guitar will more than likely be given away at the end of the weekend.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. The record, here's the short of it. I think what ended up happening is because we had been rehearsing for a couple months before Jeff came in, and the track that we're jamming tonight is actually a track that Jeff wrote and brought into the band about a month, maybe a month or so after we've been rehearsing, and
just the instruments.
Well,
I can't sing, so
Okay.
whatever. No, the track is all Jeff's sexy awesomeness, except for there's this kind of like heavy, somewhat radio riff at the end, which Jeff does not like. So that might not make the record. So if you like it tonight, don't get your hopes up.
It's
We'll put it to a poll.
The last riff is fantastic.
Yeah, but so the short of it is, what's interesting about the way that the group came together is when me and Jer and Kyle got together. I mean, it just kind of flowed, and within about 8 to 9 weeks, we had about 8 or 9 songs worth of material, and Jeff came in and added a few more songs to the pot, and then we've collectively put a few more songs together. So it's been a little different as far as how the songs have come together, but I think what's been really unique and really cool is the atmosphere and the vibe of the material has really strong consistency and uniformity that
Very cool.
So we're hoping. We don't know how the record's going to be released. We basically have a full length worth of material. We're debating with management however we're going to handle the business side of things in terms of what we're going to do.
Whether you're going to go the independent route.
Well, no, I think it's more like if we're going to we're going to push singles. I think ideally what we'd like to do, and we sort of have the groundwork laid to maybe the end of next month, hopefully the end of
do you guys already have distribution set up and a label and everything?
We have distribution. We don't have a label.
Okay.
So, perhaps if anybody's listening, but I think really what we want to do is just, I think the visual component of what we do is really important. So we're really stoked about videos. And me and Jeff scored a film that was directed and shot by a guy named Stephen McKendry. And he has agreed to do some videos for us, hopefully, tentatively. Yeah. And so our plan is to probably move forward, and we're going to start with releasing the song that you're going to hear tonight, probably in a somewhat different form with a video, and do kind of a succession of videos over the course of the summer, and there'll be like a more substantial product at the end of the summer, either an EP or a full album.
Very cool.
I mean, truth be told, all these vocals were laid down literally hours prior to us driving out here.
Yeah, that's pretty much the truth.
And then Chris had to lay down his vocals and mix it as quick
Yeah.
as possible so we could
we did not have vocals before today, so
Oh wow.
yeah. So they're not awesome. They sound like they sound like kind of a stoned Ozzy.
Oh, well,
I
that's
think
cool.
is kind of but it's
Is there a lot of mumbling on that?
No.
Slightly
no.
more
I'm kidding,
understandable.
I'm kidding.
Ozzy only mumbles.
No,
when
but the new Ozzy. Have you guys heard that stuff?
Ozzy
He's
only
still a
The
fucking
new Black
mumbler.
Sabbath.
Wow.
No.
But you know
not
what?
so much.
My tongue is just so large and in charge that it's impossible for me not to articulate. So
There you go.
Just saying.
yeah.
I think
Stone's
Ozzy
kind of
only
a given.
mumbles when he's talking.
Stone's kind of
He
a
sings
given.
actually.
True.
Yeah,
fine.
Well, it's funny because there are a lot of British performers who talk with a very heavy accent and sing without it.
Yeah,
It's like
very
that
true.
SNL skit.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Just sing it, Ozzy. Just sing it.
Yeah,
There you
pretty
go.
much. But so it'll be cool. This summer's going to be a big summer for us. Through Dana is actually how we even stepped out. We weren't even really planning on stepping out and doing anything
Yeah.
live.
Of
We kind
course,
of have
You're referring to the infamous Dana
Zip
Piper.
Hypa, yeah. We have a really big. Here's the thing: we don't want to do things. I think we're pretty raw. We make no excuses for what we do, but I think what we want to really do in terms of the live aspect and the visual aspect of what we do is we want to make it. We want it to have an impact because obviously a great deal of what we're saying, as far as the music is concerned, and what we're doing in terms of the message of the overall band, I think. So we have a pretty rowdy stage show that we've been planning and developing.
Very cool.
Well, the problem is that there aren't a lot of
Like
places around
rowdy
here.
how? Like rowdy like war? Rowdy
Well,
where you
no,
throw, like, raw
okay.
meat at the crowd and
Well,
stuff like
okay.
that?
I don't.
Maybe not
All right, I don't want to give it
Or
all
like,
away.
Or like rowdy
I
like
don't-
Rolling Stones where they
Oh,
get
no.
into fist fights on stage.
No, I don't want to give it. I don't want to entirely give it away, but it involves a few different screens and using
Okay.
some really dramatic visual elements.
Any latex or anything like that?
Well, no, actually, we're all gonna. I'll tell you the truth.
You guys
I'll
don't
give.
paint- You don't get into painting each other. or anything
Because I like
that,
you,
right?
JC. I'll give you one element away. We're all gonna wear shirts, skin tight white shirts that have iron-on letters that say something very provocative. So
Okay.
mine, I lost the bet. So mine says faggot and Jeremy's. Can we really say this? Is this okay? Because it's going to be very offensive to a lot of people.
That's all right.
So mine.
This whole show is offensive.
Yeah.
to
Well,
a lot
my
of
shirt.
people.
My shirt says faggot. Jeremy's says kike. Jeff's shirt says nigger, and I forget what is.
Now,
Kyle's
did you
shirt
guys
say?
come up with with your own words, or did you like just pick them out of a hat or something?
No. I think it's. No. I think you know what. As far as I'm concerned, going back to the to the pretext of what we were talking about, it's. I mean, we are like a mirror. That is what this band is,
Right.
I mean, this band is simply like reflecting our world and our environment, and if that's offensive to some people, I can understand that, and we're not trying to offend anybody because we love everybody, and we don't mean to disrespect anybody for whatever they believe, and for however they. I mean, we're all about that. We support people. Seeking truth and seeking to be good people. It's just the fact that there seems to be a lot of people that are just kind of big fat juju bags, and we're just gonna, we're gonna call it for what it is, So
Very cool.
Yeah.
Just lay it all out there.
yeah, well, I mean, there's really no other choice because, I mean, in the context of a lot of the things that we're saying, I think they could be misinterpreted. I think people could.
Very
Could
easily.
people could see it and be like, oh, I can't believe, but they're not really getting to the base of maybe the personification of where we're creating and how we're trying to basically, in some cases we're being very matter of fact, and I think in some cases we're sort of being like, well, look at this.
Right.
We didn't make this, but this is your world.
Right.
So
This is how it is. This
either
is-
you can choose to see it, or you can, shove your head back in your ass and
Yeah, it's a good, clear dose of
yeah,
reality.
and ride on to work and not really make any impact on this world. And you can turn to dust, and that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
So,
It's a rude awakening for some people, but it's like a, basically like a bitch slap into reality. Like, yeah, this is what it is.
right.
Like it or not,
But
if
we
you
don't,
choose to ignore it, that's up to you.
But I don't really think we approach it from like a shock rock angle. It's not like we're the kind of like look. I mean, you can see how we're dressed. I mean, we don't dress up. We're not into the androgynous thing. Like we don't wear makeup. We don't. We just show up and we're who we are. And we show up with amazing hearts and great intentions, and we just really want to make a positive impact on the world around us. If that pisses people off, well, so be it. But we don't really make any apologies for that.
Matt, seriously,
Yeah.
you're fantastic on the keys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're fantastic.
Came into that.
I'm glad you joined us.
I'm glad I joined too, man.
Very cool.
Yeah, Matt is our boy wonder.
He's your boy Wonder.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yes.
So now you got me excited. I want to hear the song.
I hope you're excited.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful.
Is it awful?
It's the
No.
most horrible thing you've
Is it
ever
terrible?
heard.
Just kidding.
Well, I'm ready to play it.
I don't know. If you're into The Waitress, you'll like it.
Well,
Yeah, the waitresses.
Hey,
What do you know about Bananarama?
actually, I've been a fan of the Waitresses for a long time.
Jeremy has been trying to get us to cover a Bananarama song for like a month.
A Banana
It's like we
Rama
have
song,
to
yeah?
cover Bananarama.
Okay, which song?
Guess.
Summer.
Take a guess.
Cruel Summer? Okay,
All right,
good choice. That's not bad.
quickly name one other Bananarama song, Jeremy, and we'll do it.
Silence.
Done.
Dude, don't you have a smartphone? Just look it up on the internet.
Not quite
But-
that fast.
All right, DJ Slam Durango, are we queued up here?
We're ready.
We're ready? You want to give us the introduction here?
Anybody?
Now, what's the name of the song
It's
again?
all you.
Yeah. It's called The Fall of Elijah. And
Elijah.
the song actually, the song's actually about a verse. Actually, it's a chapter in the second Kings in the Old Testament of the Bible. I don't remember offhand where that would be in your Torah, but it basically what happens is
I don't Torah.
everybody.
Smoke.
Yeah. Can we go smoke? Is that one?
Wait, you gonna take a smoke break while the song
we're all gonna go hide outside.
There you
But and here's the short of it. There was a particular passage there that had a lot of symbology
Oh, boy,
for
here we
me,
go.
and
Doesn't Jim Fike know I'm still on the air?
He wants to really get through.
yeah.
But
Is he
hey, come
trying
on,
to pull-
let's introduce. Let's introduce the song.
Yeah,
Come on,
I'll make
Okay,
it like 5 seconds. Here's basically what it is. There's a passage in the Second Kings and the Old Testament, and basically everyone has strayed from, the tribe of Yahweh. So everybody is worshiping an alternative god,
Right.
and Elijah is the prophet of the time, and he's holding true. And what happens is he proposes, if I remember correctly, he proposes a contest where the alternative god is Baal. And basically what he does is he's like, okay, here's what we're going to do. You guys do what you need to do to prep, and I'm going to do what I need to do to prep. And then we're both going to go to the top of the hill, and we're going to build altars, and we're going to pray to God to strike the altars and create fire. Yes. Is it really?
What happened?
Really? I think. Well, we have a safe word in our band, which means we're going too far. And that's what it is.
No, okay.
But here's the short of it. Basically, what happens is they do their thing and nothing happens, and then Elijah does his thing, and the altar catches fire, and it's very miraculous the nature of how it happens.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of the gist. And to me that had a lot of impact because
So this is full of Elijah.
actually we don't even mention his name once. Yeah. But
Okay.
that's
With that
kind of the
being
gist of the
said,
song.
Mike,
I could
let it
talk
roll.
forever about it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
And so here it is on the Hellraisers Bowl.
Ow!
black and hard. I'll cut it off, I'll set it free. I'll set it on fire. I've given up, I've had enough. This is what I've become. This is the true face of I'll set it off, I'll set it free. I'll set it on fire. I've given up, I've had enough. You'll see what I've become. You'll see the true face of Father.
Yeah, American Exile. Ow! Fall of Elijah, right here on the Hellraisers Bowl. Pretty kick-ass, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear the finished product. Now, you said that you just laid those vocals down just a few hours ago.
I did just for you. I've been slacking actually.
Well, thank you very much, because that was badass. I can't wait to hear the finished product.
Well, the plan is to finish that track, and primarily what we're playing on Saturday is actually about 3 or 4 tracks that we're going to have mixed, I guess, within the next 4 to 6 weeks. So that being one of them.
Okay, cool. And so you guys are prepared to play a 1 hour set?
Yeah, well, you know what we do? We do a lot of sampling. Our live show is it's our set is pretty interesting. It's very moody. It's not very traditional. I think that one of the things that's really cool about how everything is sort of shaped up is that the songs really flow together. They flow together in terms of their, obviously in terms of their like lyrical content and like the vibe, like the messages of the songs are sort of a subsequent story, but they also flow together musically. And so we probably won't do a lot of like, like, are you ready to rock kind of stuff,
Right.
unless, it just depends on the crowd. But it's sort of shaping up to be kind of like a set sort of performance piece where, I mean, the beginning of our set, the way we've been rehearsing it, is about 30 minutes of solid music where there's like really not much of a break. The songs sort of flow together.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we cover Working Man by Rush.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
that's
but,
a lie.
yeah.
Do you guys do you guys do any covers?
No, we don't. If Jeremy has his way, I guess we'll be covering Bananarama.
Cruel Summer.
Yeah, of all the songs
Hey,
we could cover.
you know what,
Can
though?
I
It's
go
not-
back to what Jeff said? I think we
If-
should cover the
if you
waitresses.
guys-
I know
but-
what boys like.
But
I
if,
think
but, if,
that
but you know what? If you guys,
what boys like.
you got a good voice for it.
Oh, thanks.
Great.
Thanks.
Give it a shot. Why not?
Thanks. Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah. So,
Actually, if you guys do a rewrite on any of those songs, it could be interesting.
well, I think the way things are flowing right now, I hate to be that guy, but I think that there's just such a good energy in the band because everyone's.
I mean, not to, bring another band into the equation, but a band that we have featured since basically we started, because the way this whole thing started came out of me promoting a venue locally called the Stairgrounds, and Adrian Primadonnas from
about me?
Papa Chair. What about you?
Brought you
Go
into
ahead.
that
Go ahead.
thing.
Fucking tell me about you. Tell me a little bit about.
No. I'm off.
No,
I'm off
no.
the air.
Yeah.
I'm off the air.
Wait, no. Don't do that anymore.
But you need to do
Because
it.
if
You have
you're
to do
gonna-
it. You have to do it in that sexy
if you're-
Barry
if
White
you're gonna
voice,
talk to
though.
me,
If you're gonna
then
do
the
anything,
people at home need to hear you too.
yeah,
So no, you could turn on your microphone.
do that.
Yes, DJ Slam Durango has a valid point.
How about me?
Actually, a year before I actually became involved with the Stairgrounds, he was the one who introduced me to the owner of the Stairgrounds, and who coincidentally is the guitar player and also background vocalist in 16 Second Stare, Tim Shanks.
The band. What is the band called?
16 Second Stare.
16 seconds.
16 Seconds there. They're a local band who is a national touring band. They've actually done big tours like Crew Fest and stuff like that. Actually, I think they're the only band to ever get kicked off Crew Fest.
Wow.
That takes some skill.
It's kind of hard to be rowdy
That's
enough
pretty
to.
impressive.
It's kind of hard to be rowdy enough to piss Motley Crue off, but they managed to. Well, actually, Tim managed to do it, but the reason I was bringing it up is because 16 Seconds there, one of the biggest draws for that band is their rewrites, like the Grinch. Is
yeah.
If you ever heard the Grinch that they play on 98 Rock every year around Christmas time,
I don't ever listen to the radio. If I can
Okay.
be-
well, that is 16 Seconds there, and they got the video on YouTube and stuff.
nice.
But that
Hellraisers Ball.
but,
yeah.
yeah, but Hellraiser is the lead-in track for Hellraiser's Ball. So if you hear the intro, that's actually two songs put together: Hellraiser by 16 Second Stare and Hellraiser's Ball by LA Guns.
Cool.
Oh,
And,
nice.
And DJ Slam Durango and I think, put that together in his apartment. And I think it took us about 20 minutes and like 3 beers and some royalty-free moans.
Nice.
That I think I got. Yeah, here it is.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
That's 16 Seconds there.
So
And,
you're feeling that vibe. You're feeling that, like, maybe basically Hellraiser's Ball is endorsing our cover of.
I think that
Bananarama.
I think it could. Yeah, Cruel Summer. Give it a shot. You never know. You already got one guy in the band that wants it. So
I
Only
mean, I
takes
just
the one guy.
It only
Yeah.
takes one.
Man clap.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I think our personal. I think Jeff maybe is the only other member of the band that's with me. I think we could maybe pick a different song from the 80s that we could take.
Opposed to different songs, like-
I'd probably rather cover something by maybe
look
Depeche Mode's gotten pretty played out, unfortunately. But
what's that one? You spin me round that one.
you know who covered?
Marilyn
Someone
Manson
already
did
covered
it.
that. Yeah. Well, Manson's covered about
No, Dope.
every
Dope,
fucking
Dope,
80s
Dope
song.
did it.
you can think.
Can I just say, I would love to cover Oingo Boingo's Little Girls.
Oh shit! See, I'm almost down with that because that's kind of a deep cut. I think that I think you have to find a song that's somewhat moderately popular, but at the same time,
It's too bad that David Van Landing, my co-host, isn't here because he would definitely want to be in on this conversation.
Oh.
Because he's
Oingo
always
Boingo
wanted.
fan.
He's always wanted to do a remake of a Culture Club song.
You don't think he'll call in?
I don't know. He wasn't feeling well. He had just woken up when he texted me and I called him. And so if David is listening, it'd be cool if he could call in, but it's highly unlikely.
the thing is with like Culture Club, there's a few bands. I mean, the problem. Okay, I'll give you a great example. I've always wanted to cover "The Chauffeur" by Duran Duran.
Okay.
That's actually the last track on the Rio album. And then the other day, I think I was hanging out with Jeremy, and I found I think Jonathan Davis from Korn had covered that song. So, the issue, I think, myself being a metalhead through that whole era in music, I was very biased to a lot of pop music and basically anything the mainstream. It took me a while to come around to a lot of bands. I mean, I was, even with like Motley Crue or other bands like that. Now that I've time has gone on, I look back and I really dig on some bands like that, because to me, when Dr. Feelgood was like awesome. Well, I was south of heaven. Come on,
Same thing with me.
Yeah, So I think. So I think that now that you look back, I think even some bands within like maybe even the grunge movement, and I always loved.
You could appreciate them more.
Well, yeah, I always loved Alice in Chains. I thought they were amazing.
I never put them really in the grunge category.
Oh, well, they never really were. If I remember right, Facelift came out in the '80s and was re-released
like
in the
like '89.
So they basically, when Columbia, I think was who signed them, they basically signed them, made them get dreads and look all grungy, and re-released the record with a totally new package. And most people probably don't know that, but you can find some clips of them pretty much. I don't know if it was that particular record, but they had a hair metal thing going on for it. So did Soundgarden a little bit too, but
yeah.
So
I know when Soundgarden first came out, and same thing with Alice in Chains. They all had the long hair, and they were still kind of looked like an extension of the '80s.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for
then
sure.
by the time they did their second and third albums, they had evolved into this whole grunge movement. With,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's
But
like,
you know what? Okay,
I think Lane Staley was the only one that kind of had that transition where he went from like long hair to like the braids and then the short hair and stuff. But Chris Cornell just went from like long hair, like Jesus looking dude, to like short hair.
Yep.
You know what though? In defense of that, and can we talk about Pantera? Because Jesus,
Pantera rocks,
right?
yeah.
Well, Pantera is amazing, right? But
they had that
Pantera,
glam
they
metal.
were straight cock metal.
I
I love Pantera, but they were straight.
The original singer, and his name escapes me.
The guy, I know the guy of Metal Magic, and what was that other? Yeah, the album that has like it has like Bahamut, like all like straight out. It's like upside down burning pentagram.
He became the singer for Lord Tracy, which was a straight up southern rock / glam metal type band.
Yeah, well, I think what
the first album with Phil. Did you ever hear the Power Metal album?
Yes,
where Phil was actually singing.
Whoa!
Yeah, a lot
well,
more
he brought some of that on the Cowboys from Hell too. Come on,
yeah, a little bit.
Gates. I mean, there was a lot.
Gates.
But is anybody going to talk any shit on it?
This Love is a kick-ass song.
Well, This Love's actually on the second record. That's on Vulgar's Failure Power.
Yeah.
But I'll say,
Great song.
my favorite song off of Cowboys is probably Domination. I think.
Oh, hell yeah.
That part of the end where it's like. I mean, they were power metal before anybody even knew what the hell that was going. And Sepultura caught that train a little late, but Sepultura was another band that I think sort of embraced power groove metal early,
Yeah, they
and was
did.
able to, Chaos AD in particular. There were parts of it on the Arise record with Sepultura where you could kind of hear it coming out, but then on the Chaos AD record, for sure, I think it was like full swing, and then by the time Roots,
I think a lot of bands have to transition into a sound. If you haven't noticed, it's like most bands, they don't fully like recognize, what direction they're going in right away. It's like they'll go from like Metallica, even for instance. They went from And Justice for All, which was just like ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like
my
as
album.
technical.
Yeah,
I mean, it was.
Sorry, that's my album.
Are you kidding me?
No,
you guys are lost your damn mind.
It's a great album.
Sorry.
But it's so mechanical. They analyzed it down to like every single note. There's like not one note out of place on that record.
Exactly.
It's like as technically proficient and perfect.
No,
as
I
you
would
could
say
get.
the record
and for
after
some
that
people,
was like
that's
that.
actually cool.
Right.
The Black record. I think the Black record after that was more. I mean, to me.
Yeah, but it was more groove. It was simpler.
No, it was. To me, if you look at Metallica, I don't think it's fair now that we can look back. Like everybody, when they put out the Black record, obviously all the thrash metal fans are like, sellouts, whatever. The Black record is the most perfect sounding. Like, dude,
It's a great album.
you can jam that shit on like earbuds and like a little Walkman. You can cue it up on your phone
Bob
at the beach.
Rock, he just
I mean,
did
the
a
production on that album,
masterful job.
they've really found a way
Oh,
to
boy.
make. Oh, awesome!
Got Jim Fight calling in again.
Let's do it. We need callers. Do we have callers?
Keep on going.
Well, my point though is I think with the evolution of Metallica, I think that I personally fall off in the load and reload era. I wasn't a big fan. I wasn't a big. Well, you know what, man? They can do whatever the hell they want because I mean
But I think
they've
you could
never made
still take.
excuses.
I think you could still take those two albums and make one great record out of it.
I think that's what they wanted
You know what I mean?
to do.
Absolutely.
Maybe
It's
initially.
kinda,
yeah.
to me, that's like kind of Guns N' Roses with Use Your Illusion 1 and 2.
Right.
If you took the best songs off both those albums, you can make something that's a great follow-up to Appetite for Destruction.
Agreed.
But
What,
if
you
you
don't
ta-
like
if you-
Chinese Democracy? You know what's funny is I bought Chinese Democracy at the
18 years
Everything's
in
a
the
Dollar
making.
store. I did. I bought Chinese Democracy. I
didn't
know.
even-
I
it didn't
texted
even-
Jeremy.
But isn't that sad that it
I was
didn't even
like,
go
what
to
the
be a like
fuck?
cutout at the record store? It went straight to the dollar stores.
Exactly.
You know what? I won't say anything bad about GNR, but I mean,
I'm an Axl fan,
no, I mean it's not even
sadly.
about Axl,
But when I first heard Guns N' Roses, I thought they really did change rock and roll.
Most definitely.
They were kind of refreshing at the time.
Yeah.
Because you had two movements happening simultaneously. You had the whole L.A. Scene, which kind of became very almost a parody of itself.
Right.
Like the early L.A. glam scene, like in with Motley Crue, Rat, Wasp, Quiet Riot, all those bands.
Don't forget Bang Tango.
Bang Tango. But like the early bands that started like during 83
Yeah.
to maybe 85, 86, it was really cool and everything, and those bands were kind of relevant and whatever, but then they almost became a parody unto themselves.
Most
You know what I mean?
Well,
and then the thrash scene, which I grew up and cut my teeth with.
That's where I'm at with that.
Because I
Persistence of Time, Master of Puppets,
Right.
Rust in Peace,
Yeah.
right.
and come on, Slayer, best
South
album.
of Heaven.
Oh, so
No, South of Heaven, Seasons in the fucking
There you
Abyss,
go.
dude. That was Seasons in the Abyss.
I think you got.
underrated.
You got three albums that people argue about constantly.
Machine Head, awesome too.
When it comes to
the
best Slayer album. One is obviously South of Heaven. Then you have Rain and Blood, of
Yeah.
course, which was basically an innovative album, which kind of
Most
changed.
definitely.
I mean, probably like arguably the greatest thrash metal album of all time. Maybe not the greatest Slayer album of all time.
I know the thing is, I think
Because I think Seasons is a great album.
Well,
too.
you're right. I think you're right in terms of the synthesis of punk rock and like what they did with that record.
Right.
But I think but
it-
like half of it's forgettable.
It was the foundation
But, I mean,
for a lot of bands.
Yeah, but it
Very
was.
true.
But to me, okay. I mean, and I say half of it's forgettable. Don't forgive me, people in the airwaves. But obviously, you can't deny, the song "Rain and Blood," Is that the no? It's South of Heaven has the Judas Priest cover at the end, right? Has Dissonant Aggressor. At the
Dissonant
end.
Aggressor.
That's fucking awesome.
It is.
And then it had Angel of Death. But I think what with Seasons, what happened with that record in particular was, there's not really in my opinion anyway. In my opinion, there's not a bad cut, and it's a much longer, more developed record. I don't know. I don't know if they spent more time with Rick Rubin or not, but what it was. And I think at that time they needed that because I mean I'll stand alone here, but if we're just gonna talk about thrash metal, rest in peace. I'm kind of done right there. Basically,
Rust
we're
in
talking
Peace
about a band that
was,
heavily
Megadeth's answer to Metallica's "And Justice for All," and I think they did a better job.
Well.
Marty Friedman.
Everybody compares that.
Holy shit!
Everybody compares
He's
those.
just the baddest.
Yeah, but half those badass solos are Dave. That's what's crazy too.
Well, Dave is amazing in his own way.
But I mean, let's fast forward to now with like modern rock bands. Let's talk about like now, like the situation we're in as a band, because we don't really fit into what's happening with modern music. We don't.
Okay.
If you look at the history, like that was sort of a perennial or just a very, very good time for American rock and roll metal. Now, I mean, it is and it isn't. It depends. I think that there are a few bands out there that are really doing amazing stuff, and I think that there are a lot of bands that aren't getting enough cred for what they're really doing to change things up.
Sure.
But I don't really hear it so much in like the heavy music or even just straight rock genre. So for us, one of the challenges that we face, and we maybe talked about that last week, is just like, okay, well, where do we go? Do we find a guy that can do the Cookie Monster scream, or how are people going to view our music as tangible and accessible because we're not really fitting into the contemporary criteria of what rock music is now? And
I think maybe you just don't try to fit in. I think sometimes
I
you don't.
agree.
Sometimes you don't have to.
Maybe give the rock industry of America the Roman helmet.
Not the Roman helmet.
You're the Roman helmet. Well, you do have a great nose. It's perfect for it.
No, but
Happens.
all joking aside, I think sometimes you can be outside the box. You don't have to literally fit into whatever category, because sometimes you get a band that comes out that totally redirects people, and I think sometimes people find that refreshing in a way, like we were talking about Guns N' Roses. You had the whole LA thing going on and you had the thrash metal thing going on, and they came out with this old school, almost Stonesy Aerosmith type thing.
Right.
And brought it right back to the whole roots of where it came from, and people are like, "Wow, this is
but
what we've been waiting for."
At the same time, like I mean, at the time where like every band showed up with like $1 million worth of shit to blow up and all that stuff, they kind of came out. I mean, albeit they weren't the greatest dressers. I mean, it worked. It worked for the time,
right?
But I think one of the things that was sort of really good about GNR, and I've kind of stressed that in our band too. I think, I would rather be the band that like, if you get us when we're good, we're fucking great. If you get us when we're not, we're just gonna bang shit up after a couple of tracks and walk away. And so there's something just honest in that.
Right.
And I mean, albeit the douchebaggery that Axel sort of perpetrated towards the end.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
But it's crazy to me because it's almost like people are still fans. I mean, that record is still one of the best-selling albums. I mean, it's not quite Dark Side of the Moon, which I think is still in the Billboard Top 100 as we speak today.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's not quite there, but it's close. I mean, that record I think still sells a couple thousand copies a week when like a band debuts a fucking album and it sells maybe 40,000 copies. So I don't know if that tells you much about how much things have changed, but like the new Justin Timberlake album I think sold it was like 1.2 million copies in 2 weeks.
Jeez.
That's fucking no. I think it's beautiful. I mean, I'm just happy that many fucking people care to go out and buy an album right now.
Yeah, no, it shows that the music scene is still alive.
Well, I just think I think that means that like rock bands need to like take a step back and think like, well, what are we doing wrong? And on top of that, I mean, if you look at like great example, Depeche Mode dropped their album the same week. Guess how many copies that shit sold?
I have no clue.
like 50 something thousand. Something.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode sold 50,000. JT sold 1.2 million. So how is a band with this insane, awesome established following not connecting with their fans like that?
True.
You know what I mean? And we're talking about pop music, and I'm straying a little bit, but that's sort of the point. If you look at the fan now and the way they operate, and how people that support music choose to spend their time and their money, and the fact that obviously Justin Timberlake's the kind of artist that has he's overexposed,
extremely,
and is given the opportunity to reach a lot of people that might not necessarily purchase his records if that wasn't the case. But at the same time,
True.
A band like Depeche Mode, they've sold a lot. They've sold way more albums than a lot of bands that, and the fact that their debut is like 50,000 records. Like,
I know.
I mean, it's
kind of sad in a way.
What?
Giggle biscuits.
Giggle.
Just saying.
All right, I'm saying.
No, it makes sense though.
Well, I think it's relevant to us. Like,
I think it does say something about the current, music scene and the way people choose to spend their money and what they're listening to.
Well, then rock music fans need to wake the fuck up and get off their ass and start supporting people.
Wake the fuck up.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
I think that's what it boils down to. I mean,
think a
you
lot
need
of
to get
rock,
out there and you need to actually give a shit.
I think a lot of rock
Amen.
fans have gotten inherently lazy, where it's like now where music is basically free because you could stream music off all these, what do they call them, cloud services? Like, you got Rhapsody and, Pandora and Spotify and SoundCloud.
You know what's funny is I have a
radio.
record on Rhapsody. Do you know what they play me every time? You know what they pay me every time they play my song on Rhapsody?
What?
A penny.
A penny.
A fucking penny.
You get 1 penny.
One penny. 1 penny.
1 penny.
That's right.
Did I really just hear 1 penny?
Yeah, it's 1 penny.
So now is this from a previous band?
Yeah, from a band I was in before. So
Okay.
I just think
what was the name of the band, if you don't mind
we're
me
not
asking?
going to go there. It's
Was
Giggle
it?
Biscuits, buddy. Giggle
Oh,
Biscuits.
okay. You weren't in Bananarama, were you?
No.
Jim
But
Fike
I
is
was
still trying to call.
I was in a band. We have some material out, and we're here to promote American Exile, and that's all we're talking about.
Very cool.
So I'm just gonna say that for me, I look at that, but I don't blame the fan. I mean, I'm there too. Like, I don't buy many albums. I don't steal them. Unlike some people in this band,
right.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't
use YouTube.
But you know what though? If the bands create value in their music, I think people, even if they download the material to see if they like it, I think people will go out and purchase the albums and support it. If
Or
the
go
band,
see shows.
or go see shows, buy merchandise, whatever.
Exactly.
If
That's
the
where the band makes
if
the money anyway,
if the
so.
band
Right.
puts some value behind that, like in other words, like you could download an entire album off one of the torrent sites or whatever illegally, but you can't get the artwork. There's certain things you just can't get.
You should just answer that phone call, bro.
Let me see what he wants. Let's see.
Yeah.
Jim, you're live on the Hellraisers Ball.
Hey, what's up, brother?
What's up? I'm
Hey,
doing
man.
I'm doing an interview actually.
Hey, man.
I know.
What?
Hey, I still want to hear my Kenny McGee, but and these guys too. But I gotta say, I've been listening to these guys. Yeah, I gotta say, I've been listening to these guys.
Okay.
How many times is he going to say has he been listening to these guys?
Hey, man.
What have you been listening to? Do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, everything's for, the one thing, these guys, hey, they might not be my forte.
It'd be nice if he could just say Giggle Biscuits.
Thank you. Giggle Biscuits.
What I have to say about them is, it's like, they got a very valid point. A lot, I listened to what they were talking about, and it really sounded good to me, It's like, they're talking about doing their own thing, doing their own genre, and, I liked it a lot, They kind of got me off a track a little bit, because they're, a little bit crazy. in the rock genre and what things are going on. So I want to give him a good kudos up for that.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
We love you.
Yeah, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let him hear a little Kenny McGee.
Okay.
I do have that queued up there.
Hey, hold on.
Actually,
Hey,
DJ
no, listen, no.
You're gonna get your Kenny McGee.
No, I want Kenny G.
Kenny G.
No, we can't play that.
I think I heard Kenny G. I'm all about it.
God, no.
Kenny G. He's really wrong on that one, brother.
Kenny G? No.
You want Kenny
No.
McGee.
No,
Kenny G.
You're shot down.
No.
And then we're gonna play.
Can't do it.
Then we're gonna play Kenny. Then we're gonna play Kenny Loggins after that.
Kenny Loggins.
Bobby McGee.
Hey, that one Kenny Loggins track is kind of jamming. Not Footloose. What's the other one? It's hold on. No, can we jam
Your
Kenny
mama can't-
Loggins
your mama
instead?
can't dance,
Yeah, your
really?
mama can't dance. Can we jam your?
You're gonna play Kenny G, man.
No, Kenny Loggins,
Kenny G.
man.
No
Kenny
Kenny G.
Loggins.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, hey, Kenny
How about some
Loggins
Gambler?
Oh,
Kenny Loggins
done,
does.
done.
He had 2 songs. He
Who?
wasn't a one-hit wonder. He was
Actually,
two
you know,
songs,
Kenny Loggins
maybe.
actually wrote a lot of songs that he didn't perform.
A lot.
That
You know what
a
though?
lot.
His mullet performed them actually. I think his mullet came in
all
after
in its
when he quit
entirety.
performing.
Just
His
the
mullet
mullet.
came in and
Hey,
performed the
you know
songs.
what
Like
really
like
good
Richard Marx, right?
songwriter?
Richard
Hey,
Marx.
JC.
God.
Hey, JC. Come on now.
All right, Jim.
I think we're done with the cell phone look.
All right,
Okay.
all right, Jim.
We gotta go.
We love you, Jim. Hey, Jim.
We only got 15 minutes
Hey,
left.
And we,
Jim.
Jim,
Jim.
and we got to reveal the guitar.
Hey, Jim. We just want to say that we're beautiful and
Yeah.
we love
Yeah,
you.
we got. We'll play Kenny McGee.
Anyway, now.
Okay, we'll play Kenny McGee as soon as we wrap the show. I mean, as soon as we get off.
You better play it before it's over.
Let's play it and then bring the guitar in. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna play the song. Then we're gonna bring. We're gonna reveal the guitar that we're giving away.
Hey, are we looking at your? Whose Facebook are we looking at?
DJ Slam Durango, why do you do this?
Yeah,
Thank you, Jim.
Hey, who is that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Can we?
I guess it was Lester.
Can we go to that?
No,
Can we go to that Facebook profile for a
No,
second and
don't.
talk about it?
Please don't.
It's kind of crazy.
Okay, bye, Jim.
Hey, Jim. We just want to say
He's
that
still there.
our band, American Exile, loves you, and we're happy that you support our point. And we're happy that you are on board with the fact that, like most modern music, isn't very interesting, and albeit the fact that everybody has access to basically uniform technology.
I just
and
don't want to
uniform
see.
experience.
I just don't want to see Jim's version of a ficus tree.
Oh. Does that have anything to do with Kenny Loggins?
No, it has
Can we
to do
bring
with his
Kenny
last name.
Loggins?
His last name is Fike.
Oh, Fike.
All right. So you
Fuck
want
us.
to play the song real quick?
Yeah,
It's
play-
only a 3-minute song.
Is
Please
it
play-
is
play-
it
play
is
it
it Kenny
now, so-
Loggins?
Play it now because we could have 3 minutes and 12 minutes apiece.
And we could talk about this awesome show that's about to happen Saturday. By the way,
Right,
we need
which we have to
all
talk
right.
about.
Come back, talk about the show, and then show the guitar, and we got to get out of here.
All right.
Okay.
We got 15 minutes.
Okay,
This
is that?
Baby Jane, by the way.
Oh, this is Baby Jane. All right, now this is Baby Jane. This is the Kenny McGee version, Juliet. Well,
Kenny McGee. Kenny McGee. It's an acoustic.
actually, I believe this is a Heartless song.
Yeah.
Is this off Heartless Days?
No.
I don't make out with Jeremy.
It's just a.
Fucking hate Kenny.
It's something I found on YouTube, and it's
We should
just,
do like a little harmony, like
Kenny McGee himself.
Well, this is Kenny McGee's song, but I believe it's a Heartless song. So this is Baby Jane right here on the Hellraisers.
It goes
Ball.
to you, Jim Fike.
Are we still on the air?
We are.
We are actually.
There I stood falling, my heart was coughing, but along once again. It's gold and diamonds, place me behind him, clean cut by a friend.
Yeah, Baby Jane, right here on the
Yeah.
Hellraisers ball. And Chris, that was your first time actually hearing that song, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Any comment?
No. I have no comment.
All right, let's talk about the band's show so we can show this guitar.
Well, that's what we're going to
Awesome.
talk about. Actually, why don't we have a show coming up this
Saturday.
this Saturday
That's
over
the
at
27th.
Bourbon Street in
Yes.
Newport Richie, and it will be featuring American Exile.
Yes.
So
Who else is playing? Because we don't even know.
we're going to have to talk about that off the air.
Oh, if we're the only band, can we do like a lot of jazz Odyssey?
Oh, you
style?
could do jazz. You could do the
cool.
Spinal Tap, like
Cool.
jazz thing. Like you remember. In
Well,
Spinal Tap,
I would like to do.
freeform jazz.
I would like to do a performance of my acoustic numbers.
Sure.
If we could do that.
Do you
If we
have
could do that.
acoustic numbers?
Sure. Yes, I do.
Yeah, sure.
I do. I have.
We can make it whatever we want.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that sounds.
Actually,
beautiful.
the complication here, and I'll.
Yeah, let's
fill
talk
you-
about it out there. But
I'll-
basically,
I'll fill
let's
you-
talk
I'll
about
fill you in
Saturday.
on all the details.
Basically, come out Saturday,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have your mind blown.
It's going to be an awesome show.
It is. It
and
is.
It's just the beginning of what's going to be happening over there. Over
You
at
know,
Bourbon
you know what
Street.
we should do? Is there any way that we can end the show with our track again? Because honestly, that's like a world premiere, and we have a lot of
Actually,
people.
you know what? We should actually use it
Yeah.
as the
Well, that's a 6-minute song, so we got to finish in like 2 minutes.
Okay.
well, I'll tell you what. Let's reveal this.
Yes, please.
This guitar,
It's beautiful.
which is going to be featured for the first time at Bourbon Street in Newport Richie.
Awesome.
DJ Slam Durango providing the unveiling.
I want to
This
slam
is
some
the very
Durango.
nice box. I want people to understand that this is a brand new Epiphone SG special. The tape on the box was just cut just to make sure that the guitar was actually in it. Okay, and so it's brand new.
It's like a guitar circumcision.
and believe it or not, these guitars are set up right here in the United States.
Yes, they
you
are.
know.
They are. They are quality controlled here.
Yeah, there is quality
Shush.
control right here in the U.S. Obviously, Epiphone is a Gibson company.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
And yeah, so DJ Slam Durango, spin around, do the Vanna White deal, show us the guitar.
Ow!
Now I think you have it left-handed. Flip it around there.
It's a long way to the top.
So
if you want to rock.
I mean, this if you're gonna rock, this is the guitar you want to do it with. This guitar is really cool, and I think one of the things that's kind of metal about it is that the guitar actually has a kill switch. You know, it actually has a coil tapping feature.
Does it really?
Yeah. Actually, I'm banging it up already. But right here on the volume knob, there's actually a kill switch on the guitar. So if you're jamming out and pissing your parents off or your wife or whatever, you know, you don't actually have to worry about resetting your volume. You just hit the knob and it mutes the sound, and then you just tap it again, and you're rocking. So
Wow.
Cool.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
That's real close to the guitar I
Yeah.
just bought.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I see that.
yeah, check it
Yeah,
out.
that's cool.
Check it out, man.
And obviously, it's a cherry
Get your rock
mahogany
on.
finish.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let us know what you think about it.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And actually, you know what I was? Yeah,
Give me some
it's a tune.
money. Can we do a live jam?
There you go. Jump in anytime. Yeah.
My name is Steve. You'll find me on the corner of Del Mabry.
Do the raffle?
Hold on, we're gonna talk about it in a minute.
All right.
Let's enjoy some.
No, we're
Freeform
good.
blues
We're
over
good.
here. I just want to say.
Oh,
I just want to
that was
interject
pickle
and say that this beer is piss warm.
definitely some pickle
I'm actually
biscuits
glad
right
that I saw you guys open it in front of me
Oh,
because I'd be worried.
there. Sorry, man.
we traditionally
That's-
warm it
it's-
between
it's-
Matt's
no,
breasts.
It's
that's all.
cool. So what do you think? The action's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Now, actually, that's right out of the box, and we are going to have the guitar actually set up.
Yes.
More than likely.
So this will be out there Saturday for the show.
This will be out there Saturday for
Oh,
the
beautiful.
show. Yeah,
Awesome.
we're not going to give it away on Saturday. We're going to start the process of doing the raffle.
Oh, so Saturday is like a tease.
And here's the whole Saturdays. Well, we're going to show the guitar in several different venues, and we're going to give people the opportunity to purchase this guitar. Now, before Saturday,
Cool.
okay, we have a wild card thing going on here. each raffle ticket is only going to be $5 to win this guitar. And not only do you get this brand new Epiphone SG Special, okay, which is a beautiful guitar, but we also have a brand new gig bag. And DJ Slam Durango, show him the gig bag. And that also has it doesn't have a limited lifetime warranty on it, that guitar, I think. That gig bag it's actually a lot nicer than what I anticipated I was going to get.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
that's like a $60 gig bag. You got to check it out. And show him the strap. The strap is actually in the zipper on the gig bag. A lot of people modify their guitars, especially professional musicians, and they put, the strap locks on the guitar to stop the guitar from, falling down or whatever. This strap is really innovative in the sense that you don't need strap locks on the guitar because they're built into the guitar strap.
Nice.
You actually you put the strap onto the strap lock, and it automatically locks on it.
Nice.
Okay.
That's very cool.
Which is really badass. Actually, every single person we showed it to in Sam Ash, okay, and the strap is actually made in the U.S. Actually, all the products are. The strap, the gig bag, the guitar is obviously not, but it is an American company, Epiphone.
America.
And so,
America.
$5 can actually win you this entire setup: the guitar, the gig bag, and the strap. DJ Slam Durango strapping it on for the first time.
Can you throw a strap on in there?
It doesn't come with a strap on, but you could strap it on.
That's awesome. I think Jeff wants to enter the competition.
The thing's got better frets and action than the guitar I just bought.
I know, but let's talk about it.
You know what? I took it out of the box, and I made sure it was in tune and everything before I brought it here. And I got to tell you, I was impressed.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? This is a pretty cool guitar. I'm almost tempted to keep it.
That's killer.
That's
awesome. So
now the other thing is we are going to have this guitar autographed.
By who?
Well, right now we're still talking to several people, but hopefully John Oliva from John Oliva's Pain, and of course from Savatage, David Van Landing, who is the co-host on Hellraisers Bowl, who also sings for Michael Schenker and sang for Tony McAlpine, and he's done a lot of other stuff.
Right.
And we have a lot of friends that are are famous that live here in the area, including Todd Latour from Queensryche, and so we might be able to seduce him into actually signing it.
I'm down. Durango's gonna sign it.
I'd like to seduce
Durango
anybody from Queensryche if we could make that happen.
DJ Slam Durango will sign it in non-permanent marker. So,
all right.
So if you want,
the car's coming up. We're gonna do the raffle. So
right.
Saturday
and
night.
Here's a wild card. The wild card is if somebody wants to buy that guitar outright, okay, and doesn't want to wait for it to be raffled off or anything like that, they can actually buy it right now if they and they'll receive a month of sponsorship for this show. Okay, so their product or service, or even in just them personally, okay, $500 gets them a 1 month sponsorship on the show, advertised on the show for the entire month, plus the guitar and the gig bag and the strap and everything.
So what do they have to do? They got to call in?
They could call in right now, or between now and the time that we actually show the guitar
Have we
on
had
Saturday.
any callers, out of curiosity?
Actually,
Jim Fike. That was
DJ Slam
Hey,
Durango,
Jim,
have you been
Jim,
banning
just
the
so
I
you
believe
know,
we
we
had
love you.
a mother call in before the show
I
started.
do believe that was my mother.
call them mother back.
Yeah, right.
But,
Call that mother back.
All right, so real quick, just before we go though, let's bump up Saturday because that's a big deal, and
So
we're
now,
pretty stoked.
We are going to show this guitar for the first time. Once we sell the first raffle ticket, there's no more ability for someone to just buy it outright, and so then it's open to the public, obviously at that point. And so, American Exile, Bourbon Street. Tell people what they could expect. If you have 60 seconds to get them as excited as you possibly can.
Well, let's just play the track and let the music speak for itself, man.
Okay, and we will
How's that?
we'll play the track.
Hey, just real quick, thank you for having us. We love you, JC, and
Thanks, guys.
we
much.
love you, Barry White.
Now, before
Why, thank you very much.
before
God.
before we go to the track, I just have a couple of things I wanna bring up. Of course, we mentioned 16 Second Stare a little while ago. 16 Second Stare has a couple of new tracks which are available that they just mixed. They are going to be doing a special one-time live performance over at the Stairgrounds, which I'd like to invite you guys to.
For sure.
It's going to be on Wednesday night, May 1st. Okay. It's only going to be like a 2-hour thing. The band's going to play for 45 minutes to an hour, so it's going to be probably like from 8 to 10.
Okay.
That type of thing. Right. But it's bring your own booze. You can party your ass off. Bring all your friends.
We don't drink.
They're going to be you don't drink. Hence the beer in the cooler.
Biggest fucking.
But you guys are also pathological liars.
Just Chris.
And but they all going to play. They are going to play the show. It's going to be Wednesday, May 1st, over at the Stairgrounds. Over on. It's off of. It's actually on the corner of Sunset and Livingston in Lutz, Florida. I'm going to be putting some promo out for it. Actually, sometime between tonight and tomorrow. I'm going to be sending an event out to people. So bring all your friends, bring your own beer. They're going to be shooting a video. They have a professional video crew that's going to be coming out. And then they're leaving on the tour bus that night, and they're doing a USO tour. They're heading out to Camp Lejeune in Georgia. And then they're going to be hitting a lot of the military bases, and they're doing like a thing for like the wounded veterans and stuff like that.
That's beautiful, man.
I'd love to be there. Absolutely.
So,
that's beautiful.
So I actually did want to bring that up. Of course, tonight's show, as always, is brought to you by Sam Ash Music Stores. This time on McMullen Booth in Clearwater, Florida. Right, DJ Slam Durango?
So correct.
We shop exclusively at Sam Ash.
This is correct. American Exile, Rockin' Bourbon Street. This April 27th, Saturday.
Yes.
The show, doors open 8 o'clock. The show is going to start roughly around 9:30. And you're going to hear what you can expect and a whole lot more, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right now. And this is American Exile right here on the Hellraisers Ball.
Rock and roll.
Die myself and become you with your blackened heart. I'll cut it off, I'll set it free. I'll set it on fire. I've given up.